Well, speaking of retiring and stuff like that, how did you get? It felt like you was out the limelight, and then you find yourself back in the limelight with Love and Hip Hop. Mm-hmm. Why? Why did you do that shit? Like, did you?
I think, at the time, even now, that shit was popping. Love and Hip Hop was popping.
Yeah, you goddamn right it was
there
popping.
was no why. It was.
I'm gonna tell you some funny shit real quick. Hold on, Peter. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. I know the comments gonna say, "Why you always cut?" I don't give a shit. I'm gonna ask you my question. But my moms know you from Love and Hip Hop. I was surprised. I was like, "Mom, we can write film Peter Gunz." She said, "From Love and Hip Hop?" I said, "Yeah." So, Mom, it is him from Love and Hip Hop.
Hi, Mom.
Well, without sugarcoating it, number one, the reason I did it because I was fucked up. Money wasn't, nigga was fucked up. I was broke, and the opportunity presented itself, and I felt like this was a way that I could give Amina a chance to shine with her music, and Tara, she's an actor and she's beautiful. There was no malice in it at first, but of course, you ain't charging the narrative, and you messing with both of them, shit gets spirals out of control. However, it wasn't a bad idea at the time. In hindsight, you go, damn, man, you look crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. But at the time, that's not a decision that was a no-brainer for me. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. My man Rich came to me and they interested in your story, and the rest was history. It just spiraled out of control. So you could look at it now and go, why would you do that? But at the time, it sounded like a good thing to do.
It was that show. I've never seen a story like that. Had to be the greatest story on Love and Hip Hop.
I don't know about greatest.
There was no better story than that. They positioned it.
Terrible.
I mean, the most infamous. Can I say that?
Yeah. I'll take that one. Yeah.
They kind of the way they portrayed it as the married woman was the side piece. Like I've never seen that before. Like, that's how they kind of portrayed it, because it was like you was with Tara, you had the whole family with Tara with the kids and stuff like that, and then you kind of got married to Amina on the side or like on the sneak. I'm not saying that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Fuck we did.
Exactly like that. Right? That was a hell of a perception.
That was my perception. Like, I never seen the wife, the side piece like that. That dynamic is crazy.
The show would add some bells and whistles to it. However, the bulk of the shit was what you saw. There's a lot of bells and whistles in the show that I could go back and go, damn, I shouldn't have let them do that. That was that. If we talking right now and you say some crazy shit and I make a face, like you say, yo, Gunz, I'm about to start rapping, and I make a face. Yeah, my nigga, you should. That's dope. Then you start talking about Donald Trump, and I go, they'll take the Donald Trump face and put it on you say, little shit like that.
Got you. That's the same thing we gonna do to you on this
that
one.
Nobody knows.
Shut the fuck up.
Tara would never move in the same building as me and Amina.
Oh wow.
That would never happen.
About that shit.
Wow.
That would never happen. So certain things you gotta read through the lines. Certain things.
But it made a story though. It made people watch that.
Man. She would never. She's smarter. I hated the backlash she caught for that because we did that strictly because the show was trying to X us out. After all we gave the show, they didn't want us on the show no more. They thought my story was too dark. Now, knowing that it was real, a lot of niggas cheated, a lot of niggas did shit. They tried to X us out, and we needed to be on the show. We already, to keep shit going, keep bills paid.
Right.
And so, what could we do drastically to stay on the show? And that was something that we did. And I always regretted that because it made Tara look bad. She would never do nothing like that. Ever in life. It's not who she is. That's not what she stands for. And it made her look ridiculous.
Wow.
I made her look ridiculous. I'll take the blame for that because I co-signed it and I did it. So I always.
Who came up with that idea? Was it you or Tyra?
I don't know if it was the show or combination, but for me to agree to it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's what I regret shit like that. However, it put me back in the fucking public eye. We was able to rock a little bit, and it made me live another day. So that's what it is. And I don't ever like to look back and go, damn, man, this is fucked up. You just gotta keep going, bro. If you do that, it'll fuck you up. You gotta just keep it moving. Of course, there's things I wish I could change in a lot of ways and a lot of things, but also with the show, I don't want to make it like they made me do anything. They can't.
Right.
We did it, and they control the editing. The show. What you saw in the show is what it was. Of course, I married Amina, but they can't say why I married Amina. They can't certain things that happen that you can't do it. It's legal ramifications to that.
Right.
So, but with that being said, I don't know. You know, people always say, "Do you regret it?" I don't know yet. You know, I was always in my mind. I was like, if I'm able to put my kids through college and take care of my family through this, then no. If I can't, then yeah. You know, but some of the regrets come when my kids that was on the show at the time, Tara's kids and Amina's, my kids with Amina, they kind of like they are disappointed when their friends be like, "Oh, we watched the show with your dad on it," and they're like, "Oh, you know." And one of my sons he was like, "Dad, I wish y'all would never did that show." That's what breaks my heart. You know. So again, making moves without thinking about the karma of the shit. But whatever, man. At the time, we was on ground. I was at ground zero, and I was fucked up, and I was broke, and I thought it was a good idea. Let me figure something out. So it wasn't malice. What I'm comfortable with in my heart is there was no malice in that for me.
Right.
And it was life.
Right.
The nigga with the bitches back when I grew up, that was the man. Yeah. My pops had many women. My man's pops had many women. Cars, the bitches, you know, you grew up with you know, the man that got the beautiful women and the cars and the money, that was the man.
Right.
I didn't grow up around, you know, some people grow up around the family man. I didn't have that. I had my pops had women. My friends' pops had women. My uncles had women, and that was the man to me. I never saw nothing wrong with it. So I did Love and Hip Hop, and them niggas started killing you.
So I did Love and Hip Hop.
Killing you, like, God. Killing me. I thought I was an alien. Oh, I thought we all had women.
Yeah.
But again, you know, look, with that being said, man, shout out to Amina with her talented guitar, keyboard, singing, playing ass. And
it's your wife, right? No?
My ex-wife. And Tara with her beautiful, talented self. What up? What up? It's your boy Peter Gunz. You're now watching the Thanks for Asking podcast. You know what to do, man. Like, subscribe, and get involved, nigga.
Nice. No doubt.